Here we go. Let's do it. Let's go. Put my excessive let's go in the mix. Let's get down. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today is
the 26th of January. It's a Saturday.
Saturday. Let's get ready to get down.
Yes.
We are here for another tennis discussion. Let's jump right into it. It's been a long day already, but a good one. We kicked the rooster in the ass this morning. We pulled out the house. I kicked the rooster right in the butt, kicked him off my porch. I was like, what? Get back. Cockadoodle, what? Get out.
Who am I imitating, guys?
Who is that? Oh, Pliskova.
Pliskova.
All right. Topic number one to start today's show. You ready? Here it is. Can Garbine Muguruza win her third major?
Wow, you started with her first?
Started with Garbine.
Okay. Well, I guess since you went all the way to Muguruza's match, her match against Sedovino was 1, 2, 3.
Well, I figured we would pay homage to...
it was done in an hour and 7 minutes. Not as short as Benchik, but she killed Sedovino.
We tend to forget about Muguruza because last year, this time, she was 1-7 in all of 2019. That came out wrong. All of last year, her record was 1-7. Okay? She's 8-1 as of now after beating Svitolina to start 2020, and I think a lot of us forget that the girls won 2 majors.
Yeah, I tell you something. I think that Conchita Martinez is making a huge difference in her game.
Vamos!
I know some of you guys told me she smack talked to her, the coach. She's not going to smack talk Conchita Martinez. She'll smack her back. Just saying.
Conchita Martinez will kick her in the ass like that rooster that I busted down.
Maybe that's what she needs. But I did watch her play Sedovina. Sedovina try her best. Muguruza overpowered her. Not only did she have a lot of power in her shots, the drop shots were amazing that she hit. I mean, she chose the right moment to do a drop shot. She would come into the net, cover it. Sedovina would get to it because you know she's fast, and she would put it over her head. Just quick tennis, smart tennis.
Striking the ball well, was moving.
A lot of grunting from both. It was
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh, Ooh,
yeah.
I was like, wow.
Sounded like an orangutan exhibit sitting out at, the local zoo.
Yes.
Ooh, ooh, ha, ha, hee, hee, ha, ha, ha. But nonetheless, I'm glad to see Garbine Muguruza back in the thick of it. But we can't forget she's won a Wimbledon and a French. Muguruza. She's won 2. Wimbledon and a French?
Wimbledon and has to be French Open, yes.
I think so. I may have that wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong.
I know Wimbledon, she beat Venus.
So the question is, and we'll move forward, can Muguruza win her third major? Yes or no? Shoot.
Everything's open now. I mean, Pliskova's out, Serena's out, Osaka's out, Andreescu didn't play. I think it's available for anyone. And whoever wants it that bad. Barty's chance here to, break that curse, yeah.
I think there might be a 15-year-old out there that may have something to do with the thick of it. All right.
We don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, and we'll talk
might surprise us. Who knows?
We'll talk about that.
And this is why there will never be one woman that will dominate in tennis.
So I'm pretty peppy today. You know why?
Why?
Because my mom's coming to visit. What's up, moms?
Yes, she should be here in a bit. So
yeah,
kids are out. They're at Mardi Gras. They celebrate this in the southern states.
No, like Louisiana. I think Mardi Gras.
I don't know.
Began
I'm a New Yorker.
as a French kind of
it's
thing,
not my thing.
And Mobile, Alabama, New Orleans. I don't know, but. I'm not too big of a moon pie fan.
I'm not either, so I don't care.
And I don't care about beads, so
Never do I.
I'm here at the house.
Yeah, I prefer being here while everybody's stuck in traffic.
All right, let's do... by the way, speaking about moms, I had this thought. I want anyone in comments to see if they can comment their favorite songs that are about moms. I'm going to go ahead and tell you...
Why do birds...
Okay, is that about moms?
No, that's my song that my grandma used to listen to.
No, songs that just are about moms. That was
you're gonna say "Mama."
That was no. What you saying was a Carpenter song, which I love the Carpenters.
Yes.
Too bad Karen Carpenter had a very rough go. Love the Carpenters, but songs that are specifically about moms. I'll shoot out Tupac. Dear Mama, you are appreciated.
I don't think they listen to Tupac.
Okay, well, anyway, that's me. Number 2, I would go with the Boyz II Men.
Mama, yeah.
Mama.
I found it a cheesy song, but yeah. It's
pretty good. Yeah. All right, and you have any favorites that specifically talk about Mama?
No.
Let's get down. Tupac took the number 1 spot on that one. No. Next topic. I do, by the way, think Garbiñe Muguruza can win her third major.
She can.
I don't necessarily think it will be here, but it could.
I mean, she's got Bertens next. That's her next opponent. Beatable. Very beatable.
When I hear the word Bertens, I'm automatically conditioned to not think Bertens, but of her flopper service.
Listen,
motion.
she's got Bertens, Kerber, or Pavlyuchenkova. Good opportunity to make it to a semifinal here.
Well, unfortunately for her, that Kerber is another two-time major winner that a lot of us forget about because of a subpar 2019 as well, but that's another story.
And to 2020, we were just talking about how she'll never get this far.
And then, boom, shows up on the
Women's
set.
tennis, I tell you, don't watch them in the small tournaments because whatever happens there does not matter.
Next topic.
We have learned that. Yes, the hard way.
Here we go. Karolina Pliskova and Pavlyuchenkova played a match, as we all know. Now, Carla and I have a theory, and we've had it for a long time, that if you meet a player and their last name ends with OVA, OVA, or IC, but this is a classic.
These were the two.
This is a classic battle of OVA. So you knew there was going to be some good tennis. Now, Carla is a antagonist with Pliskova, and I love Pliskova. I love the court conduct of Pliskova. I like her level attitude, and I don't think that she needs to fire herself up more.
Yes, she does.
Maybe every once in a while.
Every once in a while. I'm not saying all the time, but you do need that sometimes when you win a point. You need to do it just a few times.
Okay, question. Do you like Pliskova's court conduct being so even, Steven, and chill, or do you dislike it and think she needs to fire herself up?
I think she needs it for her game, for that next step. Here she is, 27 years old. We've been talking about how she's going to win a slam. She's going to win a slam. Before you know it, she'll be 32. And we'll still be saying, well, where's that slam that she should have won?
32, then I think it.
Time's ticking, man. We get older. Before you realize you got one gray hair, two gray hair. I don't have any, but he does. And then...
I was going to say, the other night I got my hat off, and I didn't have my hair shaved off like normal, and she's like, man, you got a lot of grays. I'm like, dang. Yesterday I got asked if I had an artificial limb, and now you're telling me I got gray hair.
I'm just saying, time flies. Before you know it, you're a certain age.
And then Izzy was talking about I'm old.
Before you know it, you're a certain age. Time flies quickly. I mean, we can't bring back time. I'm just saying, here she's 27. This was the chance for her to win a slam, and did not happen. And Pavlyuchenkova beats her for the first time. But she was on a roll. I mean, she was hitting amazing. I mean, she's had potential. We've seen her. She's a year older than Pliskova.
Pavlyuchenkova, by the way, is no slouch. Correct me if I'm wrong. You might have to look this up. You don't necessarily have to. I want to say Pavlyuchenkova won 2 junior majors. In 2011 or 12, sometime, I remember when we were doing draws and fantasy teams back then, we would see her a lot. I don't know if I ever pictured her even back then, but I think she almost cracked the top 10 at one point.
Well, she had Hingis at one point as her coach, remember?
Yeah.
And we thought she was going to do big things, but she had 51 winners, by the way, last night.
One thing I did notice about this match is in the second game of the first set, there was a game that had 12 deuces. 12 times the deuce in the game. Mm-hmm. In the second set, there was another game that had 9 deuces. So within 2 games, there was 21 deuces. So I thought to myself, and I was like, geez, this 12 deuce game is redunculous. And now the 9 deuce game is like really crazy. And not really. I mean, we see it before, but that many in one match, mm-hmm. And then not to have any emotion like you're talking about Pliskova at this point. I thought to myself, let me look up and see what the match is with the longest amount of deuces. You follow me?
Yeah.
So I looked this up. I just Googled it up. So I found this, that the most deuces ever, at least I guess recorded, and again, I just searched this, was 37. Anthony Fawcett of Rhodesia in 1975 in the first round of the Surrey Championships in Great Britain took on another Brit, Keith Glass. And in that first round match, they had a game that went to 37 deuces. Wow. Wowzers.
I think the most I've ever played maybe were like 5 or 6.
Now, what do you do since we lost the tiebreaker in the 5th set, and everything is getting crunched up? Now, what happens when we get to too many deuces? At the 38th deuce, do we just flip a coin? Is that what we do at the 38th deuce?
I don't know.
So Mayhoot and Isner go 27 million to 26,999,998 and keep people sitting there for 3 days and coming and returning for ultimately the same serve fest. By the way, I heard Isner was injured with the foot still. Sorry about that. Wawrinka proceeds.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that.
Yes. I don't know why you mentioned that.
But because I was thinking about the epic match. Or not epic.
Poor guy. Give him a break.
So, here we are. 12 deuces and 9 deuces. Should now we have a coin toss rule? If you get the 12 deuces, just flip the coin? Or maybe we should go back to our theory yesterday. Whoever wins the first point of the match just wins the match. Possibly? All right. Anyway. I mean, in my opinion, that first game, when it was 12 deuces, much less 37, but 12 deuces, I'm thinking, geez, man, it was quite long.
Yeah.
With no emotion from Pliskova.
But you said it was okay. You got to have something in there. Just a little bit.
One thing I noted from this match is there was a linesman there I'm going to give a shout out to. So if that linesman ever watches this, what's up? He had really, really good energy. Every time one of the players would miss a ball, he wouldn't just go, he would go, oh! He would grunt it. It would be like, the ball would go out and he'd be like, oh! Ball would be like, oh! It's like, yes, let's go.
He was trying to put some emotion into Pliskova. That's why he did that.
Shoot.
He was trying to give her a sign. That's why he did that. Don't you
like,
get it?
It's like
Show me, if I can call the ball out with some emotion, so can you.
Like, serves, it's like 3 miles wide, and he's like, ah! Go.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. But you don't listen to me.
Love that guy. Wish I could just have the energy of that guy. All right. Next thing, real quick. We mentioned Kerber, so I just wanted to mention something about whom she beat, which is Camila Giorgi.
I'm glad she beat her.
Yeah, it's good to see Kerber back.
I'm glad she beat her. Georgie's dad looked like he was cuckoo.
You know, why you always tripping on Georgie's dad? He's just a dad that's
wanting
his daughter to win.
Read a lot of articles about him.
Well, we have over the years, but are you supposed to believe everything you read, Carla?
Yeah,
you know
some people that personally know him, yes.
You know, I like to live by a motto.
No, but there's people that know him that yes, they've confirmed.
But do you know those people?
Some of them, a few that I used to play tennis with.
There's a motto I like to live by.
Now all you got to do is see him in camera.
All right, let me finish my statement. I'm not going to judge any book by its cover, and I'm not going to judge someone by the way they look with their gray hair real long because I'm en route to get there in the first place.
I'm not talking about the hair. It's the way he acts.
There's a motto I live by. Try to anyway. Never believe anything you read.
No, it's not read. I've watched it.
Don't believe anything that you see.
And so don't believe Kyrgios when he calls the umpire stupid. Are you stupid?
I'm talking about you judging a book by its cover about some guy that you've never met and he'll know nothing about.
All you gotta do is look at him in camera. Even the way he talks, the interviews he gives. Come on, man. Whatever. Anyways, it's not about Georgia.
Can I finish? Can I finally finish?
No, you can't finish.
The statement I like to live by is never believe anything you read. Definitely don't believe anything you see. And you know what? Half of the time, don't believe anything that you hear. Don't believe anything that you see. And don't believe anything that you read. Those three. And hardly
So don't believe us.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about when you're sizing somebody up.
I'm not sizing.
Okay, look.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember Bill Tilden back in the day? Before our time, but we studied Tilden as aspiring tennis players.
That means that everything we've said about other players that we can't believe.
Bill Tilden used to do Camel ads, cigarette in his mouth, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I love the way the Camels are smooth. They make me feel rich, and they make me feel like an athlete. They make me feel like I can breathe.
That sounds good.
Easy on the court.
That sounds good. It's convincing.
Now, do you believe that now?
It's convincing.
No, it's not convincing. It's
No,
not.
I'm talking about his commercial. I don't smoke. Neither do you. Smoking is bad for you. But
it's disgusting. It's the most despicable habit on the planet. No offense to those that may do that, but it's just, it gives me a headache. But anyway, don't believe anything you read. Don't believe anything that you hear, and don't believe terribly much of what you see, because it's usually all BS. Okay, generally. All right, except for this show. Let's go.
Disagree. Go ahead.
All right. Georgie, though, back to Georgie. Camila Giorgi needs to be added to the list of athletes that we mentioned that are ripped up.
Yes, we have added
she's
her.
ripped up. She's
we
super
have
fit.
talked about her. We have added her. Her and Kerber. Both are fit athletes.
Yeah, her fitness brought her to that third set. A testament to her fitness and to her father. Thank you very much. Antagonist Carla Today.
Wait a minute. He talks about don't believe what you see, don't believe what you read. But on the show he says, well, I read this article where this, that, and that. So that means that You don't take your own advice.
But you're telling me Camille
Shut up.
Georgie's dad's cuckoo because he looks weird in the picture.
I'm not telling you that. I've read many things, heard many things, seen it.
All right, well, I'm glad.
This whole life is about reading, seeing, and hearing. Don't give me that BS.
You know, by the way, since we're bickering here for a minute, no one really cares. You know what? Last night something happened to me, and I thought this was just stellar. So much where I even wrote it here, okay? Last night, for the first time in a very long time, if ever, and that's a long time dealing with these two, okay? For the first time, I think, ever, last night, okay? Okay?
Yeah, I know
I'm
what
talking
you're gonna say.
between us.
I know what you're going to say.
When you have a Spanish woman, or any woman for that matter, what was their old saying by Will Rogers? There's two theories of arguing with a woman, and neither one of them works. Mm-hmm. Something like that. Mm-hmm. For the first time ever, I think last night, Carla had lost something. She was looking for something. I think it was one of our children's sippy cup. So she was looking around for the bottle, and I was like, well, where is it? And for the first time ever, I heard Carla say, she lost it. She may have tossed it out. Because generally, in the past umpteen eons of time, if anything comes up amiss here, Justin, what did you do with it? You know you did it. Well, it's in the trash. You threw it in the trash. She gives me WWE smack talk on anything that goes down around here, no matter if I'm even here or not. It's my fault. Gotta be my fault. You didn't take the trash out. Gotta be my fault. The dog just accidentally crapped on the floor. Gotta be my fault.
I can prove all of the reasons why I say that.
However, last night we were looking for the bottle. She stepped out of nowhere and was like, I might have tossed it out.
But I did.
Let's go.
It was actually under.
It was hiding underneath a cup.
I thought I tossed it out.
But at least you came out of nowhere and said that.
Yep.
All right, let's go. My mom's just pulled up. She's like, everybody's going to be like, see, you want to rush it. You want to rush it.
I'm not rushing, no.
My mom's here. So quick break. We'll be right back. All right?
Yes.
Let's go. All right. Next topic coming up. And this one was kind of a bit of a shocker to me. To say the least, and that is the holy can of whip ass that Kontaveit laid on Belinda Bencic.
Yikes! That was like one of the quickest matches I've ever seen. So
this match started, and I don't want to get terribly personal, but I was heading towards the shower, and it started, and I think it was like 1-0 or something. So it takes me a little while to do the shower because of my still recovering leg. Anyway, so I get in the shower, I get out, get dressed, brush the teeth, put on the glasses, take out the contacts, the whole bit. It was 31 minutes. 31 minutes because I had to rewind it and catch back up with the match. 31 minutes in, it was 6-0, 3-0 in the second set. I'm like, what?
Yeah, well, the match ended up finishing in 49 minutes. 6-0, 6-1. Kontaveit was on fire. She was on the zone. And Bencic she kept doing the same thing over and over. I think I was messaging with, at that point, Wade Chia and Stefan, and he even said the same thing as this commentator. She's not trying anything different. She just keeps hitting the same ball over and over. There was a commentator there. He quoted Einstein.
Albert Einstein, yeah.
He said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
A good quote, but that quote...
He said it's insanity that she's doing, but
yeah, I know Einstein has said that, and I think that's a commonplace in physics, and in scientific method, in scientific theory, anyway. But when we try to duplicate something, and we try again, and we keep doing it and keep doing it, and we think finally that we're going to expect different results. That is the definition of insanity. However, I don't think Bencic was insane here. I think Bencic just never really looked comfortable on the court. Even when she was sitting down with her towel on the side, she looked like mentally withdrawn. Looked like maybe something personal had rattled her. Maybe she came on the court impatient. A lot of things that transpire in the game of tennis that a lot of people may not understand is that, let's say hypothetically this. Let's say, Carla, I don't know you. You're an athlete, you're a competitor, and we're in a high-stakes match, no matter what. When you play a tennis match and you're a high-level player, it doesn't matter if you're playing at the local park. You're playing to win, right? Mm-hmm. So I meet you, we're playing a match. For me, if let's say 5 minutes prior to the match, mm-hmm. I get in an argument with... better said, let's say you and I go to a match and I'm playing someone else.
Sure.
Right?
Uh-huh.
on the way to the local park or whatever, we pull into the parking lot and we argue. We're like really like wah, 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 which we don't do rarely, obviously, it happens. But let's say we get into a huge argument. I go out into the court. I'm all upset. That's all I can think about getting on the court. Should I apologize? Was I right? Was I wrong? Am I going to be on the dog bed? What's in store for my future when I get off this court? Probably not going to be good knowing her. Now, if I take all this stuff into the match, does it affect my match?
Yes, or anything affects your
Hugely
match,
affects my
but
match.
We don't know if that happened.
But what I'm saying is from the time I went into the shower to the time I got out, it went from 1-0 to 6-0, 3-0, and every time I saw a Benchik as I proceeded to watch the match again, which was rapid when you took out the commercials, it seemed like she was mentally checked out when she changed sides, like she was thinking about something off the court.
No, I don't think so. I think that she came out with a plan. She came out with a plan. I watched it. She came out with a plan, and she kept doing the same thing, hoping that Kontaveit would maybe, or she wouldn't be on fire. I mean, she kept hitting this hard to her. It's not like her shots were off. Her shots were not off. I didn't think that her shots were off. She just got overpowered. Kontaveit was the better player, and she should have changed the pace. Tried something different.
Now, look, I'm definitely not making excuses for the likes of Kontaveit. By the way, the Estonian Kontaveit is a lights-out player. We have followed Kontaveit since her early onset as well. It's good to see her in the thick of things.
Still young, though, right?
She's what, 22, 24? I think she might be 24 by now. 24 probably, somewhere in there. But what Kontaveit has done is finally kind of found kind of a foundation here at this tournament. And Kontaveit's been deep before, but this deep in a major I don't know if she's ever made a fourth rounder major before. Maybe so, maybe not. But Kontaveit, the Estonian's a lights out.
She's 24 years old.
That's what I thought. Kontaveit's a lights out player though, and it's good to see her here. Hey, better late than never, right?
Oh yeah.
But Benchik is no.
She's made fourth round before in 2018.
What tournament?
Australian Open. She's made fourth round at the French Open 2018.
Okay.
And she made the fourth round at the US Open 2015.
So
she does 4, 4, 4, and 3.
So let's see if we can make it a personal best here, and let's see if Kontaveit can head into the quarterfinals.
She
right?
plays Swiatek.
She has a good shot. Now Swiatek can pound the ball.
We watched her match too, and my God, she impressive. I had forgotten about her, and then I remembered her at the French Open. I was like, wait a minute, this girl can play. Grass too, right? Didn't she play grass?
Wow.
Very good. She hit the ball hard. She ended up beating Vekic. She made Vekic look like Vekic was clueless.
And Vekic is a quality player. Also, Wawrinka's ex-girl. And I hear Wawrinka wasn't feeling too well yesterday during the match that Isner retired from. We haven't gotten to that yet. But Kontaveit, Swiatek, a lot of people, the fans of tennis, they're studying Serena, Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, Barty maybe by now, Osaka, the big names. But that match between
she has a future.
That match between Kontaveit and Swiatek, blockbuster.
Swiatek.
I think I'm looking more forward to the Kontaveit Swiatek match than I might be of any of the other fourth round matches potentially. I'm looking forward to the Coco Gauff match.
She was very aggressive even when she came to the net. Very aggressive. I mean, it was a close match, 7-5, 6-3. By the way, this was one of the less grunting matches. Almost all the matches were grunting except Pliskova. Pliskova was one that doesn't grunt. And I did not hear Swiatek grunt at all. Vekic very, very low. So this was one of those, better matches that your ears weren't going to get destroyed by listening to them.
Good job for Kontaveit. Benchik time to reset, and we'll see you soon. I think after this tournament we traverse to a short hard court, Indian Wells in Miami, and then we traverse to clay, and then the French, something like that. Mm-hmm. Anyway. Since we just spent a little while talking about a very quick match, I did want to kind of flip over and talk about one little nugget. And this is an individual match, but this is just something. Like she would say something. She doesn't say something. She says something. All right, something that I noticed, and I've heard this and I read about it so I can get my stats right. But 11 matches in this tournament have gone the distance to the deciding set. Whether it's females 2 out of 3, men 3 out of 5, gone to the third or the fifth set, and then the fifth set went the distance. And because we no longer have tiebreakers, you've heard me harp on that. I won't do it again. But 11 matches have been decided in the Australian Open's version of settling no tiebreaker in the fifth, and that's what they call the super breaker. Okay, so
super tiebreaker.
Super cheesy name for a breaker. Super cheesy ending is what I like to call it. But nonetheless. 11 matches have gone the distance and ended with a third or a fifth set tiebreaker in this tournament. Are there any matches, all of you, any matches out of those 11, and I won't read the list, but any matches out of the 11 that you saw end with the super breaker, would you rather have seen proceed on? I know I've heard a lot about the Federer-Millman match, and yes, I've seen the thing where Millman has rubbed the tennis ball on a shirt and soak it with sweat to make the ball.
That's ridiculous.
Well,
to me, I'm sorry. Look, I've spoke to several viewers. I send them messages. I send them the article, and one viewer was very smart. Stefan sent me a picture. He's like, "Well, what about when Nadal sweats?" He's like, so is he cheating? I mean, that's ridiculous.
All right, so look, I'm going to go Major League Baseball on this one. There's a double-edged sword here. There's a two-way street, and I'll put it like this. It's commonplace in Major League sports pitching and baseball where pitchers that, sign $150 million contracts, put pine sap on the brim of their hat or in their glove, and it's commonplace to make signs in baseball. Well, it just so happens the normal sign place is coated with pine sap, puts more junk on the ball. And look, and there's thing. What did Tom Brady deflate the football? Deflate game?
Sorry, but a sweaty ball
Things happen, man.
But a sweaty ball is disadvantaged because when you're serving, that ball is heavier on your arm. I mean, this is a fact. That's a fact. Not only
I think it's Wuggies. I think
it's dumb too. And Rajesh said, after such a heartbreaking match, why bring that up? He's like, it makes no sense.
Look, I mean, ultimately, let's look at it this way. During that tiebreaker, we've already talked about this. Millman was up 8-4. Shoulda, woulda, coulda closed it. Ball slick or not. And I heard someone say that the tiebreaker helped out Roger Federer. I think that's Wuggies too. That's BS. It's bullshit.
We already talked
because
about
how could it have helped him? Because he was down 8-4 in it. So how could have that helped him?
It didn't help him.
It didn't help him at all.
There
was some luck and some choking involved by Millman.
Not in this case.
And then the ball thing. Come on, guys.
I'm going to tell you something.
So let me ask you a question real quick. When you and I play matches, or if I play matches, I'm a profusive sweater, right?
Yes.
I sweat bad.
Yes.
So if I have a ball in my pocket, or if I have it in my hand,
just like Nadal.
My leg is gonna soak the ball up.
Yes.
So come on with that.
Just like Nadal, exactly what Stefan said.
Whatever.
And by the way, I actually like the tiebreakers. I'm glad that I haven't seen a lot of these matches. Example, Kyrgios and Hachinov.
I dislike it.
I like it. So
I dislike
I'm for it now.
If we're in pro sports and an athlete cannot close the door in a specified amount of time, and thus, therefore, making them more tired for their next round match, I call that just, whatever. Snooze, you lose. You should have played better. You should have knocked them out quicker. You should have knocked them down in the third round instead of a deciding decision which you lost in the 12th. Just saying. If you can't end it, well, it's your fault, not mine. Whatever. A bunch of sissies out there that can't freaking do what they're supposed to do anymore. They got to get an abbreviated version. Just stick me with the first point. Better yet, let's just do a coin toss. Djokovic playing, I just mentioned that name. Let's just say John Doe playing John Doe B. Flip a coin, heads, you win. No, don't even hit the ball. Everybody's got to get on their subway or get back home. Just don't even play. Flip a coin. What you got? You win, get lost. 7 matches to the end, done by coin toss, crown a new champion. I bet you there wouldn't be so in that 120 majors if it was strictly random and you're flipping the coin all the time. I bet you can't get it to land on heads 21 times.
Next subject.
Bunch of sissies.
Next subject.
Suck it up. Bet you in World War I in the...
Next subject.
Jeez. By the way, since we're talking about tiebreakers in the 5th, there are 4 majors, as we know, and all 4 of them have their different ways to end it.
Yeah.
Okay? U.S. Open, we'll start with the last one of the year. U.S. Open, 7-point tiebreaker at 6-6 in the deciding set, the most abbreviated version. Mm-hmm. Wimbledon, 7-point tiebreaker at 12-12 in the 3rd of the 5th. Still very taxing. Okay.
Still taxing, yeah.
Okay, they kept some taxation in there.
Mm-hmm. But it's grass. The points are less, so.
Australian Open, 10-point at 6-6. They call it 6-6. They call it the Super Breaker. We're a suck-up victim of that garbage right now. However, the French Open, Roland Garros, i.e., is the only major left with no tiebreakers.
And you would think it would be done there because it's clay and the ball is constantly going tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. I'm surprised I wasn't the first man to do it.
I usually never do my studying for fantasy teams going into the French because I'm awful at the French when I do fantasy teams, but I'm studying this one simply because they stood up to the muck and didn't add some cheesiness to the 5th set. And I don't even think the French courts are lighted, by the way. Aren't the French courts not lighted?
They're not lighted. But they were going to do it. Okay.
All right. I have only have two things left, and I know you got yours. But okay, real quickly, this is. Can I get a drum roll?
Nothing's real quick.
Can I get a drum roll? Can I get a drum roll? I am officially on the Coco Gauff bandwagon. I'm officially on the Coco Gauff bandwagon. Why? Why? Because let's see, we, especially me, I give grief to players, and I've given it to Coco Gauff. She's too young. You know, I hope she's learning how to be a young lady. I hope she's studying and all this other stuff.
She is, from what I heard.
But yes, I listened to one of her press conferences. I read some articles that she was involved in the interview.
He read it, so therefore he believed it.
But it came out of her mouth. It wasn't hypothesized because you saw someone that had bad hair.
It came out of his mouth. He did an interview. What he said was nasty.
So
he's a nasty guy.
You're saying Camila Jory's dad said I'm crazy and cuckoo? That's what you said.
He is crazy, basically.
But that's what you said.
Oh my.
I'm telling you what quoted she said.
Do we want him to shave this? Maybe he'll be nice again.
Anyway, she is doing what she needs to do from a school perspective. She mentioned her teachers in it.
Yes.
She handled Osaka. Well, we talked about this.
You think she handled Osaka?
She handled Osaka. She handled her so much where Osaka was going for broke no matter what because she didn't know what else to do, in my opinion. Now, however, I don't think Osaka ever looked like she ever got set in that match.
I disagree with you completely.
She handled
you
Osaka.
said something different.
What was the score of that match? Was
like
it 6-3, 6-4?
Yeah, 3-4.
She handled Osaka. Proof is in the pudding. Look at the score.
So. I thought she expected. I think someone said, Lena said, Osaka said in her interview that she didn't expect to play Coco the way that she played. She expected a lesser player.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
It doesn't matter. She lost anyway. There's no excuse for it.
She looks comfortable in press conference interviews, which just now Osaka's beginning to look comfortable. 7 years her senior.
It's taken her a while.
It looks like she is growing on and off the court, not just on it, but she's loving the moment of going to want to talk to Rod Laver, and it's like she's navigating through adulthood already, and she's 15. Mm-hmm. Testament to the father, testament to the mother, which I hear the mother is younger than Roger Federer, as per Tennis Sir on our comments.
Yeah. So it's good to see her. We'll see what happens. Kenin, I was watching a video of Kenin, who she plays next, at 6 years old, being trained by Rick Macy. So she started at the academy right away.
Yeah, but that's okay.
But I love her forehand when he was telling her, make sure you take it back, Sonia. And she would come through the ball. Really nice to watch.
So dude got the forehand right, but he got the serve wrong when she tosses the ball and then he looks up right at an impact. But we did talk about that.
You can't get everything right. Come on. We all have weird habits. All of us have weird habits.
All right, what you got?
Well, I thought we were keep talking about the match. Mertens beats Bellis. Went to 3 sets. First set was 6-1. And then Bellis fought, and 7-6 was the second set. And then it looks like she lost a lot of energy. I was watching a few points, and someone had mentioned that Bellis, needs to gain a bit of weight, and I agree with them. But she just came back in the tour.
Off it, yeah.
So she is dealing with an injury. Something probably like you know how you're trying to put on weight, and she's probably trying to put on that weight. But she seems like a lovely player, a nice person, good sportsmanship between them two when they shook hands. The last set was a bagel. So I'm guessing that she ran out of energy.
Yeah, but the girl Bellis, you said it perfectly. She has been on the comeback tour
for
some
I can
injury.
see why she still has that figure. But and I'm sure she'll put the muscle she
needs.
Look,
when I blew out my patellar tendon because I couldn't use my quadricep for about 9 days, my quadricep completely atrophied and it became like a noodle, and I'm still building it back. And it's been 3 months, and it still has a long way to go. So when it comes to injuries where there's surgery involved, and I think she had a couple, 4. The muscles, just because you have stitches and open wounds and healing and medications and painkillers and stuff like this, it's not fun, but you can't move a lot. And muscles from an athletic, we played tennis, you and I, every day of our lives. And since we've known each other, intense matches almost every day for the past decade and a half or so, whatever. And then as soon as the knee hit, my leg went from strong to within 9 days. So it happens. Good for her to be back, and I hope we see more from her.
Definitely. Halep beats potty mouth Putintseva. She was too much for her potty mouth.
Too much.
Just too much. She got to everything. Halep is another player that's in real good shape. Runs to everything. Great footwork. Too bad she doesn't have a good weapon. She's pretty much even everywhere. I think serve, forehand, back. Everything's pretty even. But, impressive to watch her run down everything. Putintseva just shook her head, had nothing for her.
Putintseva...
She tried.
As I like
made the second set closer.
I like to call Putintseva potty mouth Putintseva because she tends to always flip out on everybody at just the most extreme rate. I mean, she can really flip out on people.
Yes.
She actually could deserve the female asshole merit badge at times.
Yes.
She can be quite awful. However, Halep is just a different caliber player across the board. There's no one out there that can say that Putintseva will ever be on the same level as Halep. At the same time, I think Putintseva could use some anger management classes.
Yeah.
I don't think she lost her cool in this match.
She didn't. She was actually calm in this one. Going on to the guys.
Let's go.
Medvedev takes out Popapiri in straight sets. Popapiri is a young Australian. He was injured, hip injury. He said that he did not want to retire from the match, but we could all see that he was hurting. He doesn't know how serious the hip injury is. But he said, I just didn't want to retire. I kept telling myself just to fight. Medvedev was too much for him. On top of the injury, just too much to handle.
Well, aside from injury, just like we were talking about with the females there a second ago, Putintseva and Halep, Medvedev is just a different level. He's just a different level of player.
Yeah.
So again, hopefully Papapirin as well, but the right player moves forward.
He will play Wawrinka. Wawrinka has been dealing with the flu. We heard he was struggling with Seppi. I didn't know he had the flu, and Isner retired at the second set 4-1 with a foot injury that he's been dealing with since the Miami Open last year.
Isner, it is my opinion that he should move away from the game. Again, Isner
seems like he's having a hard time with that injury.
Isner has been I would say not journeyman. That's the wrong word. He's been a successful tennis player for a long time. He has a wife and child now. Again, we've talked about this ad nauseum about the big guys, and he's one of the biggest.
Yes, he's a big dude.
After a point in time, you begin to break down with the body, especially on the foot with that much height and weight. Carlos starting to have some stress fracture issues on the left foot.
On the right one.
On the right.
Yeah, yesterday I went to play with my boys for the first... first of all, I suck in tennis now.
Now you don't.
I went to go hit with
It'll
my
come
boys.
back, Carlos.
And it was just disappointing. I understand why professional athletes retired. I didn't want to even hit another ball.
You don't suck. We haven't played since I went down at a high level, and you went out and hit the ball and wanted to walk out on the court after 3 months and bang the ball around with very advanced juniors, i.e. our kids, and it just didn't work out. You can't step off the court and not warm back up to it. You have to be able to ride the bike.
Everything was off.
It'll come back. We'll get back, I promise. As soon as I can clear the move, we'll move.
All right. Monfils beats Gulbis. Pretty straightforward match. Yeah, I expected him to win that match. He'll face off Thiem, who took out Fritz in 4 sets. Fritz looked better, actually. He looks like he's actually improved. He looked a bit thicker. His game, he took a set from Thiem.
The Monfils-Gulbis matchup was kind of that matchup between the two guys that you knew whoever won that one more than likely wouldn't win the next one either way. Gulbis, again, he can be a class act, asshole merit badge guy. Monfils can be a joker or jester, not quite as bad as Kyrgios, but close. Well, maybe halfway. I think there was a match at the U.S. Open a couple years ago where Monfils started acting like a fool playing Djokovic because he couldn't figure out anything, so he figured if he just acted like a fool, then maybe...
It didn't work, though.
It didn't work. Djokovic continued to hammer him.
It's Monfils and Thiem. Who do you pick?
This is a tough one for me because Thiem is a habitual jump at the backhand and hit it, which leads to inconsistencies.
He struggled quite a bit in this tournament, but has gotten through. I think that Monfils will be a good test for him.
Yeah, I think this one...
I think still Thiem pulled through.
I'm going to give this one a coin toss. I'm going to give it 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised if Monfils won this.
No, I wouldn't either. Definitely not. Next match was Zverev. Guys, can you believe he won again? He won again.
Let's look at Fernando Verdasco for a minute. As one that has just gone through a ruptured patellar tendon or a bilateral patellar tendon avulsion. If you notice Fernando Verdasco's knees during the match, they were taped below the patellar tendon, which is the tendon that attaches the quadricep to the lower part of your tibia, so you can lift the lower part of your leg. It kind of stretches over the kneecap and down to the tibia. He had his taped on both sides. So let me go ahead and tell you this.
He's a veteran.
When your patellar tendons are taped on both sides, you are a walking potential gruesome injury away from happening. You could tell Fernando Verdasco was not moving very well at all. I watched this match. The traditional lefty, the grinder with the likes of Ferreras and Nadals and da-da-da-da-da. But he wasn't able to move very well last night.
Is he coming to an end of his career too? I mean, he's up there.
If he's taping his patellar tendon,
he's up there.
If he's taping his patellar tendon, which if they rupture is a life-changing ordeal, I would think it's probably about time to talk with my orthopedic and not necessarily my team and find out what's the best thing for me moving forward.
Definitely. Zverev will face up Rublev. That's going to be a tough match. Rublev took out Goffin in 4 sets. Impressive. Rublev's won 2 titles before this tournament, and now he's into the 4th round of
a really good
and a great chance of beating Zverev.
That's a great match too. Two of the younger guys going head to head. You know, I guess between those guys, I might have to take a look at our theory. We said if names end in ICH, like Stefanisevic or Goran Ivanisevic, or OV, like Ova or Shapovalov. You know, I think A might be the feminine version. Sometimes you have to look at the EVs. Rublev, Zverev, Medvedev.
Yeah.
You have to look at the EVs too.
Zverev's going to have his hands really full with this guy. Last 2 matches. Nadal, easily. I knew it. I don't even want to talk about it.
Wait a minute. Oh, with Carreno Busta.
Easy. Come on, man. I told Wayne Chia this is not even a challenge for him. So, next match. It's on to the blockbuster of the night, which was Kyrgios against Thor Hachinov.
Yeah.
5-setter.
Nail biter.
You know what? I'm not a big fan of Kyrgios, but this was a great match to watch. A lot of different shots. These guys were grinding it, throwing themselves on the floor. We saw blood. We saw, are you stupid? Don't you see I'm bleeding? I get his point, you know, but again, don't call anybody stupid, especially the umpire. Have some respect.
This was a classic match. 2 gladiators were out there. Hachinov did extremely well. Kyrgios had the crowd with him. I think that was a big pro. Obviously, when you have the crowd behind you, you never really fatigue out because their energy.
Definitely the crowd.
You know, when you have someone cheering you, and you can look at them in the eye afterwards. You pick anyone you meet, and you look at them in the eye. A few of the matches I played with crowds, you know, you can kind of look at someone in the crowd and look at someone else, and you can make eye contact with them, and you know they want you to win it. It makes you fight harder. So that helped for sure. Hachinov and Kyrgios was probably the most entertaining match, less Federer-Millman.
It was entertaining. There was a lot of great shots. I mean, they both played They played at the U.S. Open the last time. So this time, Kyrgios won, but I think he spent a lot of energy. He plays Nadal next, and I think that Nadal will beat him in 3.
Okay, so this is a good thing to do. So the last thing that I had that wraps you up. So the last thing I had is sometimes we do little fun segments on this show. What I want to do is what I call my 4th round rapid fire picks. I'm going to read down the list of every 4th round match, men and women. Carla and all of you answer it at home. I'll start with the men's up top. So if you number them and answer them, then roll with it. If not, then we'll just listen to Carla. I'll tell you mine too. All right. So 4th round matches. Here we go. Rafael Nadal versus Nick Kyrgios. Who you got?
Nadal. What?
I'm going to take Kyrgios here.
Okay.
So who wins?
Nadal, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take Kyrgios here only for the home field advantage. Again, theoretically, it's probably best to go with Nadal, but I'm going to take Kyrgios here. Monfils Thiem, who you got?
I'll take Thiem.
I'm going to go with Monfils. Medvedev, Wawrinka, who you got?
I think Medvedev will get him, but I want Wawrinka to win.
I'm going to go with Medvedev, too. I would like to see Wawrinka win as well.
Yeah.
Goffin, or excuse me, he lost to Rublev. Rublev or Zverev, who you got?
Rublev, hands down.
Tennis Sandgren or Fabio, the beautiful beard Fognini?
Sandgren. I'm going with Sandgren.
Marton Fucsovics or Roger Federer?
I love Iron Man, but I got to go with Federer.
Milos Raonic or Marin Cilic?
Raonic.
Diego Schwartzman or Novak Djokovic?
Of course, Djokovic.
Women's side, Annette Kontaveit or Iga Swiatek?
50-50. I'll go with Swiatek.
Pick one. I'm going with Kontaveit. Mertens or Halep?
Halep.
Going with Halep. Muguruza, Bertens?
Muguruza.
Not Mertens, but Bertens.
Muguruza.
Muguruza, Kerber and Pavlyuchenkova?
Kerber. I'm
going to take Pavlyuchenkova here, only because Kerber, I'm not quite sure yet. I mean, I say that. She's won 2 majors, but I don't know if she's ready.
She's won
yet.
3 majors. I thought she won 3.
I don't think Pavlyuchenkova ever took time off. I think she's been struggling since 2000.
I thought she won 3 majors, Kerber, by the way.
Yeah, she has won 3.
Yeah.
And I actually wrote something here about this.
Yeah, she won 3.
Kerber is, besides Venus Williams, Serena Williams, and Maria Sharapova, has the most majors on tour of any active player. Because Venus has a ton. Serena has even a bigger ton. Sharapova has like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And then Kerber has 3. Muguruza has 2. Kvitova has 2.
Yeah.
So I think that would put her 4th in line. So watch out.
Osaka
has 2.
Yeah.
So where did I leave off?
We're at Barty. And
Man, I already passed the women. I'm on the men's side.
We did the men's side.
Oh shoot! See, you gotta keep me straight. Gotta keep me going.
Barty is next.
Okay, next one. Barty or Allison Risk? Barty. Let's go. Sakari or Kvitova?
Kvitova. And
agreed. Coco Gauff or Kenin?
Kenin.
I'm gonna take Coco here. Let's go.
It's 50-50, really.
Last one, Jabeur or Wang?
Wang.
I'm going to go with Wang, too, as well.
All right.
All right, that's it. Adios. Marcel, let's get down. See you next show. Can't wait. And Carla used to say adios, but she's got to handle the camera. Adios. Let's go. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next show.